Hi, everybody. This is Bill Noble from Token Metrics. Welcome to Hidden Gems. What's Hidden Gems? Well, that is where our specialized research team goes through products, projects, and sectors to give you information about what's new and what's going to be hot maybe now and most likely later. We use a scientific scoring system to go through projects at like 7 or 8 different types of rankings, and we try to bring you the best stuff. So what are we doing? We're bringing you what's new, what's next, what sector it's in, and how you can play it now and in the future. So I'm joined by my co-host, Token Metrics researcher, Michael. Michael, how you doing?
Hey, Bill. Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. It's another fun day in crypto.
Definitely.
Okay, so let you take it away. Are we looking at Ember Sword first?
Yeah, so Ember Sword, gaming and the gaming sector has been very popular recently. So this is a project that we wanted to highlight to you guys. Ember Sword scored 80% on our scoring system, and what we really liked about it was the team, the investors behind it, and the overall marketing vision. So this is going to be an MMO RPG that's very similar to WoW, other MMO RPGs that we've all played, growing up and spent admittedly too much time on. This is a really unique one that's bringing, decentralized features and ownership to the community. Very, very unique game that's coming out.
All right, so a couple questions for you. So you said this is like World of Warcraft, which means what? People can join together and fight and, do things. Does it bring people together in any way?
Yeah, so it brings people together. You could join up with your friends, explore this universe that's being built out, level up your character, fight monsters, and collect NFTs doing it. So, these monsters that are generated by the game and you can battle with your friends. They're dropping exclusive NFTs, and these NFTs can also be sold on secondary markets for additional profit as well. So just an overall really cool play to earn game that's coming out, and really unique in that the team behind it is from Activision, Blizzard, very, very top tier traditional gaming companies as well. So it has overarching potential to do very well in this play to earn sector.
All right, so really interesting. So this coin actually scored an 80%. I know Mike does these rankings, and it's actually pretty tough to get a project above 80%. So it is impressive, and this is worth maybe a deeper deep dive. So one thing I was asking Mike before the show is that, is it affordable for people to get in on the land aspect of this metaverse and gaming? So Mike, if you had a couple $100, could you get involved and get land in this game? Yeah,
so currently you could, jump on OpenSea, everyone's favorite primary, secondary marketplace, and, you could see what this land is currently trading at, 0.195 floor. And these regular plots, are not contingent to own to actually play the game. But if you do own it, you get additional revenue from it. So imagine you're a player and, you have a very sought after item, and, this game gives you the ability to create your own marketplace, and you create it. And if you have it, the marketplace on your land, you're entitled to additional revenue from the actual transaction itself. If, other individuals also trade on your land. So it's very unique in that they're giving, decentralized ownership to the land, and it has unique features as well. The land is not just a piece of land in other metaverses. And they're doing
like land and e-commerce at the same time, because like if somebody buys an in-game feature or there's an NFT transaction on your land, it's almost like a way for you to get, in old school terms, yield on your investment. Is that accurate?
Exactly, yeah. And the land is not, this does not stop at regular plots. There's like settlement land, city land, and town land. So each one is more sought after, in my opinion, as well. Because if you own a city land, trades are more likely to happen there. It's a metropolitan place, so more people are more likely to aggregate there, and and more trade are more likely to happen there. So city would be the one.
Now, so is this coin different in terms of, or this project different in terms of offering land and e-commerce, or is that common throughout the sector?
It's common, but the combination of two is not as thought out as it should be. And I think this project really, they thought about, what their use case is, the playability of the game, and the actual lifetime and, growth of the game. I feel like they really thought it through.
All right. So I know that you told me before the show that the average valuation of these projects is like $3 billion. So is there a lot of hype around this project? Do you think, it could be like overvalued when it comes out, or is it really kind of flying below the radar? Any sense on that?
Yeah, so I think it's flying below the radar in my opinion. We could see here the land is still trading at 0.2 floor. Investors behind this, include Dialectic Capital, Delphi Digital, Mechanism Capital, CoinGecko Ventures, Defiance Capital as well. So these are all very top tier VCs that are invested in this project, and the team is 40-person strong plus. So they have a lot of skin in the game to deliver on this.
Right, and Delphi Digital is out of London, and they were the ones who built the tokenomics for Axie Infinity, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, definitely. Delphi is a great VC.
They know how to create good tokenomics within these type of projects. All right, man, that's cool.
And yeah, this one, like you mentioned, scored 80%. So definitely check it out, guys. Next one, this one is really interesting for you. Spectral. So similar to Credit Karma, all those credit worthiness websites that track your financial history and all that fun stuff. This is Spectral, and they're doing very similar things, but on-chain. And what that means is, if you participate in DeFi protocols before, borrowing, lending, and you have, DeFi history, this project can essentially create a score for those transactions you've had. And, the protocols you participated in, be it you borrowed or you lended, your assets. It just assigns a unique score to every individual in that respect. Yeah, so one other unique thing about this was they're doing non-fungible credit, and what that means is, come tax time, a lot of these transactions that we've done on-chain, be it on different protocols, they're going to be hard to track. So what they're doing is very unique in that you could compile transactions into one composable asset as well.
All right. So when Mike first talked about this, I was like, okay. So the first question I had was, can like a college student or somebody, who doesn't have a credit history, who uses DeFi, have a better like blockchain based credit score than they would normally in the real world? Right. And Mike actually explained to me, yes, that's true. Right. So in other words, even if you were doing possibly credit repair, right, no one's looking at your legacy world credit score when you're doing this, right?
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I personally am more vested in DeFi than actual finance. Arguably, my credit history is not going to be nearly as good as my DeFi on-chain credit history because I'm more vested in. I believe in that financial revolution more.
Well, yeah, and that's why we appreciate your expertise on this. Now, let's take it one step further. This used to be in like the Token Metrics promo for the Sunday live stream back in the day, where we would talk about banking the unbanked. So, Mike, can you maybe just develop or quickly, like just, not quickly. In other words, if you were in a third world country and you don't have a bank account, but you need a loan, or you need a loan quickly and you've been participating in DeFi, is this something that can help bank the unbanked?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like a lot of these DeFi protocols, be it lending and borrowing across different chains, a lot of them are very liquid and you can get loans, but the risk, underlying risk, is not inherent. So a lot of these lenders and borrowers don't really know who's on the other side of things. But I think this really has a use case for clearing that up and making it more clear and transparent on how individuals perform, in their DeFi transactions and DeFi history in the past. And especially for third world countries, I think it could be, of benefit because of the fact that, the purchasing power of other currencies are pretty weak in relative to, USD and other interest rate creating countries. So I think it would be a great tool that could be leveraged by DeFi protocols to essentially vet someone's credit worthiness, be it wherever they are in the world.
Right. So that's real interesting. So at the time this was recorded, like the Turkish lira, Turkey is not a small country.
Definitely not.
The currency has collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been using DeFi and you have a good digital credit score, you can get an unsecured loan from a protocol like this. So it may not sound sexy, but when you think about like how this could scale worldwide, especially with inflation and currency crises, I don't know. It seems interesting to me.
Yeah, definitely. It's way more efficient than the existing systems we have across the world. Credit in U.S. is not simultaneous or does not transfer to other countries. So having this for DeFi in aggregate is unique.
All right, necessity is the mother of invention. So look out for this special project. All right, Mike, what's next?
Yep. So this one again scored 80%, and yeah, check it out, guys. Next.
Oh, Spectral actually got 80.
Yeah, it scored 80 as well.
Oh, nice.
There's no token yet, but I'm thinking they might do a fair governance airdrop if you start participating and using their website.
All right, excellent.
And Assembly. So this one scored 78%, and what's really unique about this one is IOTA, DAG-based technology, not really utilized as much. It's more theoretical and academic as of right now. So what this project is doing is bringing it to the forefront and making it more usable. So Assembly, this is smart contracts on IOTA, and these are EVM compatible smart contracts on IOTA. So essentially, what a developer can do, instead of relying on proof of work, proof of stake mechanism, and DLT technology, they could try and leverage this new DAG-based technology by IOTA. And right now, a lot of these smart contract networks are based off of traditional DLT technology, but this one is a DAG-based one, so it gives these developers a unique space to experiment with this technology that a lot of people don't really know how it works and what the underlying hindrances of it or upsides to it is. So this gives people more of a playing field and ability to tinker around with it. So unique in that. But yeah, this is developed by IOTA, smart contract EVM compatible. And what that means is a lot of these traditional protocols on Ethereum, Avalanche, or any other smart contract or EVM compatible chain can deploy their protocol onto IOTA's Assembly smart contract network and utilize this new DAG-based technology, which, according to them, will bring overall costs down to nearly fractions of a penny. So you wouldn't have to worry about interacting with DeFi protocols and outrageous gas prices here.
Interesting. Because, I understand on other layer ones, right, they get real popular, but the more popular they get, there is a bump in gas prices. So you think this DAG-based technology could, theoretically, if it started to grow, you wouldn't have that gas fee problem with this?
Yeah, so traditional architecture of blockchains, it's very uniform and structured, but a DAG-based one is free-flowing and it connects multifacets together. And what that means is like it brings more, utility, but it's still more theoretical as of right now. And, the underlying, benefits and, hindrances of it haven't really been shown. So this is just a way for people to experiment with it and really see whether they like DAG-based versus, traditional blocking architecture.
Could assembly success help IOTA at all? In other words, what's the relationship between the two, if any?
Yeah, so definitely, I wouldn't see why assembly success would be, beneficial to IOTA. I think personally, right now, there's IOTA, Shimmer Network, that's their Canary test network, very similar to Kusama, and then now they're doing assembly. So assembly, I feel like, is going to be the first platform for developers to really go after and experiment with, because of the fact that it's EVM compatible. You don't have to change your existing protocol, your existing project to, fit with the use of this. So that's very beneficial.
Interesting. All right, what else you got?
Yeah, so this one scored a 78%. And IOTA holders, if you keep your IOTA in IOTA's native wallet, you'll be eligible for this assembly airdrop, which is going to be 70% fairly distributed. So very decentralized protocol from the get-go. And one last thing, assembly scored a 78%, and they got a recent investment of $100 million from some very credible VC funds as well.
Wow.
And last one, this is FragColor. This is a really unique one for me. That I'm researching every day, and right now a lot of gaming metaverse projects are coming out, and I'm seeing that they're really over relying on centralized services in the gaming industry specifically. So a lot of these new play to earn games that are claiming to be revolutionary and bring decentralized features as well, inherently they're not really, because they're using centralized gaming engines like Unity and Unreal Engine, which is developed by very big traditional companies like Epic and Unity Technologies. So what FragColor is trying to do is break that cycle and create a distributed gaming engine for developers to utilize and build gaming ecosystem, blockchain based play to earn games, what have you. They're trying to give the developers the tools to build out whatever game they want in a decentralized fashion, and not rely on Epic Games or Unreal Engine to do so. And one unique quote here that they're pushing, it's by the co-founder or the founder of Epic Games himself. He said it himself: the metaverse requires an open world programming model that does not exist, and that's what they're trying to create. So very unique.
Yeah, I mean, really interesting. Like when I hear that quote, I mean, just as an aside, the decentralized world is going to be competing on a step-by-step basis with Facebook, right? Facebook changes its name to Meta, and then there's going to be news flow about how Facebook is doing, and hopefully the decentralized world can help keep up, because I think the day where, Zuckerberg releases something where you can see all your high school friends in the metaverse, hopefully the decentralized world has an answer for all that, and everything from straight metaverse to gaming.
Yeah, I mean, FragColor and other protocols like this are really, trying to flip that narrative of Facebook leading the charge on its head and create something that's decentralized and fair for everyone to use. So that's really unique for me. And yeah, this one scored at 76%, and no token yet, guys, but they have a lot of projects in the works, and I think this could be a really big infrastructure project for gaming industry in general.
All right. Excellent. All right, Mike, just out of curiosity, how many projects are you going through per week? Have you ever told that on the show?
This week I went through about 80, just for fun. Yeah.
All right.
And these were the best, definitely.
These are the best. All right. So yeah, when we say hidden gems, folks, we really mean hidden, as in we have to look for them. All right, Mike, go ahead. Continue.
No, that's it from my end.
No, that's it.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining. These are the best 4 projects for this week, and I'm currently going to be building out some more intuitive stuff for you guys to follow the market.
Okay. So, folks, remember, for Token Metrics, like and subscribe to this channel. Now, if you like this research, we have this and a lot more for subscribers at tokenmetrics.com. So please come over and check that out, because if you like the way Michael does this, Token Metrics does a lot of work like this for its customers. You know, if that's not in your budget, stay with us here on YouTube. Okay, so this is Bill Noble signing off. We will see you next time for Hidden Gems.
Thank you all. Happy holidays.